complicated. I never know what I'm chasing, no. I don't need someone to save me, but you appear like a lightning bolt. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. There's magic in your rhythm, like a shockwave to my system. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. 'Cause every time I'm with you, you're my one and only elixir. Like a magnetic attraction, a supernatural vertigo. It's a chemical reaction, something I never imagined, no. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. There's magic in your rhythm, like a shockwave to my system. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. 'Cause every time I'm with you, you're my one and only elixir. You're the one that lights me up, ah. You're the one that lights me up, ah. You're the one that lights me up, ah. You're the one that lights me up, Baby, you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. There's magic in your rhythm, like a shockwave to my system. Maybe you're a wizard, 'cause you're busy. 'Cause every
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Learn With Me live stream. My name is Ashley Goldstein. I am a senior developer and developer advocate for NVIDIA Omniverse. And I stream every Monday and Wednesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time or 10 a.m. Pacific Time. This stream is learning with me, and I started it about a year ago. It was a way for me to become familiar with parts of Omniverse that I hadn't worked in before, seeing how extensions and workflows and apps could help me accelerate my workflow and get a quicker time to production. And I thought, what better way to do that than with the community, because the Omniverse community is so helpful and so there for each other. With that said, some things I am learning for the first time on the stream. So if you see me struggling with anything and you have a way to move me forward, feel free to put something in the chat. That's the great thing about this stream is I'm always looking at the chat and communicating with you guys. So I really like to highlight also your knowledge. And this is actually part 2 of the stream from Monday. Monday, I started a ComboBox, and which is super easy to do using UI widgets. I did get a little stuck on how to use DataModels in that widget to make it a functioning ComboBox. So I paused the stream and I'm continuing that today. You don't have to necessarily see the one from Monday to understand what's going on today. I'm going to be connecting the data model to the ComboBox that I started on Monday, though. So you're welcome to check that out. And let's put myself in the corner here. I'm going to see if the background replacement or the background removal is working today. No, still not working. All right, let's just put that back. So this is the document that I share at the top of every stream. If you've watched the stream before, you're very familiar with it. It's just a way for me to share all the resources that I talk about on this stream without having to spam the chat back and forth. If you're watching this at a later time, it is in the description of the YouTube video, so you can look down below. And I actually organized it a little bit better because it's getting kind of long. This, I have it organized by essentials. So this is the stuff I show all of the time. It's the community challenge that we have every month or so. It's not a contest. It's just a way to get involved with the community and make something cool in Omniverse and be able to share it to all of the Omniverse and NVIDIA Studio channels and have a chance to be featured, like Jay from JS Films with his haunted house that he used with Unreal Engine and Omniverse, and Tanya that she used with Blender and Omniverse. So however you use Omniverse in your workflow, show it to us and we'll shout you out. Another thing on the essentials part of the resource document is the calendar, if it'll load. This is the calendar so that you don't miss all the community events like live streams, challenges, whatever else we're doing that we want you guys to know about. Add it to your calendar so you have reminders of what's going on. Also on this is something new that I added. It's Maddie's 6 crucial tips for new NVIDIA Omniverse developers. I'm going to show you something that I learned from this video later on. Very, very important to watch. It's really quick. It's not even 4 full minutes, so check that out. And then I organized the second part of the resource page a little bit better as well. So I have it sectioned off to different things that I talk about, like the ComboBox, developer resources, when I talked about variants and the asset validate tool, and then just miscellaneous references. So you can go through that. But biggest thing I'm going to be showing today is, for one, this is the GitHub for the project I'm working on today. That's the ComboBox. Right now it's a work in progress, so it's just from what Monday was. But after today, it will have the rest of the code that I'm going to be showing you in the next 45 minutes. And then Maddie's developer office hours GitHub repo. This one specifically I used for figuring out how to use abstract item models to make the selections in the ComboBox attached to prims in the stage. So I wanted to link this so you could check it out as well. And also I added documentation for abstract item model so you could see what it does and widgets for getting the item value and the subscribe item change function. I learned how to use those and why they're important. And then writing to the console log. All things I'm going to be talking about today, so you have the documentation for it. All right, I think we are good to move forward. So that link for this is in the chat or in the description of the video on YouTube. And we're going to be moving into Omniverse code today. So just like I was working in on Monday, I only have 45 minutes today because I am going to be joining the Omniverse live stream with Autodesk workflows here. So I want to show you, for one, the working extension that I'm going to be showing you how to do today. I did get it working. It is very simple, but it is a good example of how to use data models. And data models are just the stored values for the UI widget. So I have my selections of my frog, my chair, and my stove. I'm going to show you in the console log. When I select my frog, am I showing all of it? Okay, I have a bug. But it's supposed to say that it does select it. Oh, I think I have to refresh the page. Hold on. Now it should work. I could refresh the extension. Here we go. So when I select one of these, it grabs the USD prim that it corresponds with in the stage. And then I can bind a new material to it. I have two materials that are created with the extension, blue and red PBR. So I can just click blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red. I can go back and forth as much as I want. So I'm going to be showing you how I can do this today. Obviously, it's not a production ready sample. It's just something for you to check out since I'll have the code live for you on GitHub. So let's go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to reopen this scene. So we start off fresh. And I'm going to disable this test extension. And we're going to move back into the other one that I started on Monday so we can start fresh. So let's open this up. And let's go back here. This obviously doesn't do anything. It's the same as Monday. It's all blank. I have selections, but nothing gets updated, right? So let's go into VS Code for this. An easy way to do that would be to just go to the extension and click the VS Code link. Oh, let me get my face out of the way. I don't even know if you guys can see all this. I think I have my banner blocking it. So I'm going to actually get my face out of the screen. Oh, nope. I'm in the background. Okay, there we go. Try to make this as viewable as possible. I know it's hard to see sometimes, but there's a VS Code icon here. I click that. It opens the extension up in VS Code. And there we go. And before I move on to editing all of this, I wanted to show you something that I tried to show on Monday. When you make an extension in Omniverse Kit, you have access to the entire kit library. I tried to get it to work. It didn't work. So I went and asked Maddie. I was like, why doesn't this work anymore? It used to work. And he sent me that 6 crucial tips video. One of those tips is going to search. And when you type in here, like say I was to type in ComboBox, and I want to see how other developers have used ComboBox in their extensions. Well, it just shows me mine. And that's because I have this clicked. I need to make sure I unclick it. And now I can go ComboBox. There we go. I have to unclick both of these. And now I can see all of ComboBox references in all of Omniverse Kit. So I can go and see how other people have used this before. So really useful tip. Make sure you unclick these and then you can search all of it. Okay. So for best practice, I'm actually going to just create a new window.py script, and I'm going to store all of my window code in that. And my extension.py is just going to be like my on startup, and then anything I want to happen in on startup. So I'm going to do new file. Let's make this really big. And we're going to go window.py. Okay, we have a new file here. So let's go through here, and this is all, you know what? This is all garbage. I'm just going to junk it. The only thing I'm going to keep is my on startup. I'm going to get rid of this too, because I'm going to rebuild the UI in another window. Ah, Zia's in the chat. Hey, Zia. And oops. See, I have GitHub Copilot on, and sometimes it likes to give me suggestions, and if I tab it, it'll create it. So first we're going to get the stage. I think I had that, but I deleted it. So stage. And I'm storing this in a variable so I can just keep reusing it. And it's omni.usd get context get stage. See how my Copilot already auto-completes that for me? Perfect. Love it. Then I'm going to store my window, which is going to be imported from my window.py. So this is a variable, and this variable holds the selection window class that I'm going to create in my window.py. It doesn't exist right now, so it's going to give me an error, but that's okay. In this window, I'm going to call this ComboBox model stream. Yeah, let's just keep it like it was before. I also want to give this a width and a height, and we'll keep it default like we have before. I think it was 300, a nice square. And I need to make sure I import the class. The class, again, does not exist, but it will. So from.window import selection window. That will be the class we're going to import. This error goes away, although it doesn't exist, but let's go to creating the materials we need. So we want to load blue and red materials. And the easiest way to do that is using the execute. Oop, I made it smaller. We want to use the commands execute function from Omniverse. So very easy to get that. We have to enable the commands utils. That's in our extensions, NVIDIA, type in commands, enable this, and we get this box, right? And I can go into world, create, material, Omni PBR, and you'll see that it created this right here. Create prim, all of this. So what I want, I believe, is this one. I don't want to bind it to anything, and I don't care for this. So only this one do I want. And I'm going to click selected commands at the bottom. It's going to put it in my clipboard for me. And I'm going to go to back to VS Code, and I'm going to Control V. And I'm going to move this import up here. Oh, I already have it in there. That's great. I think I used it last time. That's why. So I don't need it twice. So I can delete it. And we'll put that there. It's going to create an Omni PBR MDL. This is the material name. This is the path, but we want one to be blue. And we're going to do it again. And this one is going to be red. Let's go ahead and save that. Go to Omniverse and see if it worked. It created this one. No, it didn't work. Probably because the extension's broken. That's right. I don't have the window class. I need to create that first. So we'll come back and check that one in a second. Since this doesn't exist, the extension broke. That's why it disappeared from scene. So we'll come back and check this. Let's go ahead and go into our windows and create that class. Nope, I don't want to press that. We're creating a class so that we can get our window back. And we called it selection window. And this is a UI window. You need this in order for it to register that it's using OmniUI. And I have to import Omni stuff. So import omni.usd. Import omni.ui as UI. And I think that's all we're going to need for now. Then let's go ahead and create a init. Hey, Jen's in the chat too. All right, so I want to, whoa, it already wants to do it for me. I basically want to do this, but I'm going to do a little extra. So I'm going to use title, string, keyboard arguments, and now the super, yep, but add title. Cool. Then we're going to store the frame. I want to try to get this window back. So we need to create a build function for the window frame. So set build, there we go, that one there. And we're going to create a function called build function. And since we have that created, let's go ahead and make it. Build function using self. And I'm going to use a scrolling frame. It's one of my favorites. So that if the window was to get really big, it can scroll. And we'll nest everything in a vertical stack, V stack. Let's give it a height of 10. We could always adjust that later if we need to. And then we'll build the window. All right. It is saying that is, no, that should work. Might be missing something. Oh, I think I need width, duh. I was like, why isn't this working? There you go. Now it's good. Have you talked about GTC yet? Oh no, I haven't. Yeah, GTC is March 18th to the 21st. I have to put a link of that in my resource documents. I don't know why I've been skipping over that. I guess because I'm like, Edmar's he's got it. He covers it. And me, Jen, Eric will all be there. I don't know if Maddie is. I think Maddie might be. All right, so let's go back to our extension. And did it show up in Omniverse yet? Nope. Oh, I guess I can. I'll get rid of this for now. It's preventing it from building. Ah! Coding live is so fun. What am I missing? It says it needs it. Missing positional argument title. Okay, I'm a little stuck first. So I'm trying to figure out where I'm missing that at. I built this yesterday and that worked. Okay, I'm just gonna move on for now to try to get this window back. But what we can do is in our extension, we have the selection window class created now, and it's called. And I want to create the USD for the materials so that we can check if they exist later. No, I'm going to leave that because that's so what's going to happen is when this is working, it's going to keep loading these new materials and keep creating them over and over. So later on, we'll create a check, but for the sake of time, I'm just going to move back into the window. I need to remove the extra parentheses after window. Where did I add an extra parentheses after window? Oh, that's why. Oh my goodness. See, coding, just very simple mistakes. Very simple. Thank you so much, Jen. I was like, where is this typo? That was driving me nuts. All right, so now we have the window back like it's supposed to, and our materials are created. So if I was to run this again, it creates more materials. We don't want that to happen. This is what I was talking about. We're going to do a check so that it doesn't start it again. And what we're going to do is we're going to actually call this from the Pixar library to create a USD prim check. So from Pixar, import USD, and we're going to create material prims, and we're going to do our blue MTL equals USD prim, and that is on our stage, so we can use our stage variable. Oops, self dot stage, and we're going to be using get prim at path, and we're going to actually use this path here. So we can just copy prim path, go back to VS Code, and there we go. That's what it's going to be looking for. And then we're going to do the same thing for red material. Cool. I love this GitHub Copilot. Look how easy that was. It already knew what I wanted. Amazing. Okay, so we have our prims created. They exist. Text in Omniverse is a bit small. I know, I don't know how to make this bigger. I can try. Here, I'll remove the banner. Y'all know what stream you're watching. Hide this. I keep doing that where now I'm in the corner. Where is the one where it's nice and big? Not that one, because now why is the background? Backgrounds. Let's see. I can put myself in the corner here. I'm going to edit this and I'm going to get rid of my face. Update. Is that bigger? Is that more readable? Is that the same size? Let's try this one. And we're going to remove. StreamYard makes this very easy, thank goodness. As big as I can make this screen. I want to make it really readable. I'm going to save it as a new layout. Okay. Better? Oh, the OV window is as big as it can get on my screen. I was just trying to maximize the way it's docked in StreamYard, kind of like how OBS does it. I hope that helps. Okay. So where was I at? I copied that. So now I'm going to do a check. So when I'm doing a check, I'm using an if statement. So if, oh, we need to not do an if statement. First, we need to make the function. So then we'll use the if statement to actually do this. So check prim exists, and we're going to be using prim is our USD prim, and it's going to be a Boolean. Bool. And then this is our if statement is valid. I learned this from the OpenUSD documentation. And we're going to return true, else. Actually, we don't need else. We'll just return false. Now we can do if check prim exists. We're going to check for the blue material. There you go. Will else these. Now we can, let's just delete these so we can see if it works. Delete, reload the extension. Okay, reload it again. It doesn't do it again, and it probably gives us, let's clear this. Just checking that it is working as expected. Where is the print? It has a ton of prints. Materials already exist. Great. Okay. That works. And or use or. Yeah, could do that. No, because I want to do both. Because I want to create two materials. So I would use check prim exists for blue and check if red exists. I wouldn't want to use an or, because if blue exists and red doesn't exist, then I'd be afraid that one of these wouldn't get created. So I'm going to check for both. Maybe it would be or. I guess it doesn't matter. You're right. This works. We're going to stick with that. Let's go to window and start creating the ComboBox stuff. So we have our window. Let's bring our stage in here. We're going to be using it quite often. That is our OmniUSD get stage. And let's create the window function so we can actually build out the frame. So that is going to be, yep, thank you, Copilot. And with self.frame, we will do, I'm going to do a column. So that is VStack. And I'm going to create a collapsible frame so that I can open and close it if I want to. Nope, not this. And we'll call this our selection. Oops, UI VStack. Very easy to mess that up. And I'm going to have buttons on this too. And I want my column for my buttons in my ComboBox to be different. So I'll create another VStack. Probably not super necessary, but I like to stay organized and I'll have to mess with this later. Wow, what Copilot thinks it's smart, but not always. So yeah, we're going to create a label just like it asked us to. And we're going to, yeah, that's fine. We could totally have that. Let's do like a width of like 50. Maybe that will look nice. We'll test it. And we're going to create a combo model. This is that data model I was talking about to store. And to create a data model, we need to use the abstract item model. So that is linked in the resource documents if you want to look up why we need that. It is required for storing our values. ComboBox, UI ComboBox. And we're going to set the position at 0 index. And then just like we had before, we're going to be creating our list. And we're going to mark this as a model. So boom, there you go. But now we have to create our list. So prims equals, we're going to have it as a tuple. And it's going to be frog, stove, air. Save. Gross. Get rid of that. Says was not closed. Nope, it is. Oh, keep moving too quickly. I forget little things like commas and. All right, let's look at our window. And these are giving me errors. Like that. And boom, it showed up because I fixed those errors. So I have frog, I have stove, I have chair. Cool, cool. There we go. This is not in the right place. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about that. I'll fix that as just an aesthetic thing for now. And we're going to start connecting them to the actual prims. So let's open this back up. And we are needing, what's the next step? We're going to make our buttons now. Well, I'll skip the buttons part. We're running out of time. So I need to now start connecting these to the model. So that is going to be doing our combo selection change function. That is from the developer office hours that I showed you before using Maddie's code. So let's create a function for the selection changed. And statement, and then we're going to be using that item model. And that is our UI abstract item model. There. And we're going to define our item as our UI abstract item, not the model, just the item. Okay, we need these. Then we're going to define the value model as our item model, almost get item value model. And then we're going to define the current index is the item model. So that is our value model. And we want to make sure it's a number as int. Cool. Then what we want to do is make sure that our option corresponds with that. So when we're selecting it and we have options to select, our option is the current prim at the current index we're selecting. So let's create a variable called option, and that will be prims at the current index, like that. And then of course we can always also call it up here. So when this starts, we'll just set it to none. Okay, so we have these. Right now we don't have any prints to even check that, so let's start creating those. And we'll start doing check statements, just like we did when we were checking for the materials. So we need to create USD prims again. So make sure we're from Pixar import USD. Let's define our prims up here. Define prims for assets. And we'll have our frog prim. This is almost right. We'll do frog prim, but instead of props frogs, we'll just get rid of that because it's going to be in world. And I think it's called frog soft toy. And then we'll do the same thing for stove and chair. So stove prim equals USD prim equals, and this is called gas stove. Oh, I love this. And I'm pretty sure this is _66 armchair. Yep. Okay, save that. Now we're going to do our check statements. So let's create the function for checking. We can just do this. Copy. Oops. Paste. Hate when we get yucky tabbing. Okay, so we have our if statement. Now let's do for checking for our frog first. So if self.option is equal to frog, then we'll do if check prim exists. Not that. We're checking for self.frog prim. If that's true, then we'll do frog already exists. Yeah, we can do that for now. And then we'll create a selection so that when we call for our selection, our selected prim is our frog prim. So self.select prim is equal to frog prim. And let's test. Well, we need to print that our option is also selected. So we'll do print F. Okay. To check that it works. So here. I'm missing something. Oh, I know what I'm missing. I forgot to subscribe to this. So I had my item value model, but the thing I'm missing is subscribing to the change. So I need to create a subscription to the ComboBox. So ComboBox sub. And we'll do combo model subscribe item change function, this one here. And that will be our combo selection changed. It's the function. All right, let's see if it works now. No attribute, get item value model. Okay. Trying to code in less than 45 minutes is very hard. All right. What am I missing? I do need to start wrapping things up. But I'm missing grabbing the item value change, and I think I didn't call something properly. Item. Oh, I have, there we go. That's why. Little typos you gotta pay attention to. Now this should work. Stove doesn't exist, but okay. I'm not even getting any error, so I've not subscribed to something properly. Oops. All right, well, I am running out of time, so I'm going to continue this next week. However, it will not be Monday because I will not be in the office on Monday. I will post the full code for the working one that I showed at the top of this stream. I'll post that code so that if you are following along, you are more than welcome to cheat a little bit and look ahead and look on the GitHub and get the completed code. I will put it actually separate. So if I look at this GitHub, oh, that's not my GitHub. Where's my GitHub? Here. So I have this. I'll post it as a whole separate folder. So if you want to look ahead, you're more than welcome to. That will be the completed code that will work. Obviously, it will be different for your scene because you will not have the same assets. So there will be things you need to change, but at least you can see how I organized everything. I'll just, flash it right here. And I have it all set up in steps, so it'll be easy for you to follow along. And then Wednesday next week, I will finish this live on stream, so you can see. I think it's really important to watch people code because you can see little mistakes. Like, I'm going very quickly, so I'm making very simple syntax mistakes. And if you have errors that you can't figure out, it might be stuff like I'm doing. So good to note. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes on the Omniverse live stream for Autodesk workflows. If not, then see you next week on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time to continue writing this ComboBox model with storing data models. What a mouthful. See you all. Bye.